Good. Yeah. All right. What part of Jamaica were you born in?
Kingston.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. You're not a downtown person. We're uptown, right?
A combination, because I went to Trenchtown School.
Yeah.
That was my first school, so it's really, that is a downtown experience, so to speak, you know. So
What was the name of the area you grew up in?
Rosetown, Trenchtown, Maxfield area. Then I moved to up in the Crossroads area by the military base in Upper Camp. Because my father was in the army.
Your father was a military person?
Yeah, he was a captain in the army at that time. And so we have a little military background there for a couple of years, and the rest is more uptown.
All right.
But, you know.
So growing up now, the household, I think it was very strict.
Yes, friendly and lovingly strict still, you know. Yeah, my parents had good vibration. You know, did homework, come home on time, hang out with the right company, but not strict in the sense of, you know, you didn't have no freedom.
Yeah. And what was the musical vibrations like? Was it church early on?
No, it wasn't. The only appreciation for music I could have said really is my mother was a record collector.
Oh, she was?
Yeah, and she listened to all kind of music, you know, blues and R&B and Norman Tabernacle Choir and Student Prince with Maria Lanza. And she didn't put no barriers there when she was buying her records.
So, all right, from what I understand that time, the radio was mostly playing blues and soul music, right?
Yes, because that's mostly what exists, and calypso in the earlier days. Yeah.
So early on, were you trying to be a vocalist or were you dealing with the bass?
No, I never vocal thing. I never kid myself about vocalists. I know, you know, singing was not that came my way. You know, I wanted to be a guitar player that accompanied people, you know, like in those days, strum the chords and the fills.
At what point did you pick up the guitar?
When I was about 16, I did like a self-taught thing one summer holiday. I decided to learn to play the guitar. Yeah.
All right then. This is the question I have. With Tomorrow's Children Band, what age were you when you started with them?
About 21, 21, somewhere around there.
So from 16 to 21, what was the musical experience like?
I was just hanging around with bands that, you know, moving from place to place, just picking up kind of experience with different bands, you know, for all kind of bands. You know, tonight they fill in for me here and you fill in for the next person there. Or you join this band for a week and it's just up and down, you know, even meeting Cat Core and Ibu Cooper, even that took place in that time.
Was this cabaret bands you were doing, or just
no, we call them dance band. Yeah, cabaret is more like a show type experience, and they didn't use it. That didn't exist in Jamaica, so to speak. You had a dance band that start playing at 9 or 10 o'clock at night till 3 o'clock in the morning.
Like a Fab Five type vibe.
Fab Five, fabulous.
Yeah. All right, cool then. Now, how did you link up with Cat Core and Ibu Cooper?
For Third World, you mean?
Yeah.
When the band was being formed in 1973, Colin Leslie was the initial suggestion for the bass playing in Third World. You know, you that went to Wolmer's, grew up with Cat, and he was a friend in the circle. But he had decided that he wasn't going to go professional with it, so they called me in and pretty came to my house one afternoon and said, "Hey, there's a band starting up with Cat Core and come do a little audition or a feel out." And I went, and he was living at Vale Royal at the time, which was the Deputy Prime Minister's residence. That was his home, and you know, by the poolside we just started to jam some music, and them say, "Hey yo, if you free, we free, you're in." And it's been like that since '73.
What was your parents' reaction when you told them you were going to take up music full time?
The reaction wasn't good. You know, because there's no template to show like that you could make something of yourself out of playing music. The only person who probably did anything that them probably would look upon is Byron Lee himself, and not necessarily his band, you know. So that wasn't encouraged.
During that time now, when you took up the guitar, when did the bass come into play?
Third world caused that, no, because I used to play bass for some bands sometimes, just filling in on some recording sessions too, you know. But Third World needed a bass player, so I converted to full-time bass playing.
How did the reggae fraternity embrace you guys from Third World, being that a lot of the reggae artists are more from like kind of a poverty type vibe?
But we were going to these studios and playing amongst them, you know. Songs like a Cherry O Baby is that's Cat Core and
Cherry O Baby?
Yeah, that's Cat Core and all that. A song like named Johnny Too Bad. Yeah. Walking down the street with a pistol, you know. I played on that recording, you know.
So the history of that.
So we had roots in the underground. Is, you know, we didn't start with Third World. Yeah. Everybody was there shaping reggae music, you know, in the early days.
Yeah. All right. Third World comes together, right? This is before Bunny Ruggs is there.
Yes.
What's the name of the lead singer again that was there?
Prilly Hamilton.
All right then. How did that transfer happen with him and Bunny Ruggs?
Well, when you get to about 1976 now, that's 3 years after the band started, you know, we were looking strongly, say we're going to stop the cover material thing, stop the dance band thing, and start focusing on writing our own songs and create an image for ourselves, you know. And then we start to look around now who would fit into this mold, right? Yeah. And at the time it made me thought of, said, well, it probably was not the most ideal thing to make this journey, you know, with us or with the band at that time. And we met up Ruggs in New York when they came to do a show at a club called The Bottom Line, at my father's place, out in Long Island many years ago. And he was running around with us, driving around with us while we performed. And then I think he suggested that we look into it and use Ruggs as the lead singer, and that's the transformation took place.
All right, now when you stopped doing covers and started doing the original material, whose idea, what was the push to do more social commentary and roots music and not necessarily just do like some pop music or something?
The whole idea of concept music, we were influenced by group like War, and we listened to Stevie Wonder, and if you listen to those early material, it was all about consciousness, you know. The world is a ghetto, and, you know, songs that, you know, Sly and the Family Stone, you know, Stand, and all those songs. They were political in a sense, and that appealed to us more then as young people coming out. Because, you know, I mean, we had recognized now, so that being that we were a colony once, a British colony once, and how that kept us down as a set of people, we wanted to break that mold, you know. We went to England and said that English people have them history from way, way back. But we couldn't take on past 1940, because we just, you know what I mean? You don't even know how come you have the name what you have. And things like saying, oh, my father was part Irish and part French. We're not into that. We're not into, never like that thing where hear black people in Jamaica relating to the word. They're part Irish. Which part of them is Irish? You know? Yeah. So we wanted to identify. And the Rasta religion and movement and belief was getting stronger amongst all people in Jamaica. You know, uptown people started looking at it. What do you mean? People are actually saying something, you know.
What aspect about the philosophy kind of heightened your meditation? What experience in your life you could say where it kind of clicks, say, you know, we have to look at things differently?
We started to study Marcus Garvey, you know, and when Garvey's in, I mean, like we look into it and say, my gosh, this is definitely a person. We have to listen to this man. This man know what I'm talking about. So it's becoming aware of yourself and who you really are, and need to know and identify with your roots, cause that.
All right. Now, creation of the first album, right? I noticed on the production part, I don't see anybody playing on it outside the Third World.
On the first album?
On the first album.
We were a self-contained thing at the time, you know what I mean? we had to show what we can do before we can even show what others can do with us.
Yeah.
You know, so that was it. That was the driven.
And how much is a role did Ebo Cooper play in regards to the production aspect?
Major. Concept and playing and music, major.
Yeah. As I study the reggae history, I just, from what I'm starting to understand, I don't think Ebo Cooper gets a lot of credit like he should. They don't really talk about him enough because it seems like he put in a lot of work.
Yeah, that kind of thing happened, and you know, because for that mere fact, I don't think the band itself get its recognition apart from its popularity and its appeal to music, but what really represented it. Because it's after 30 years people realize what we were saying in 96 Degrees in the Shade. We were actually singing about Paul Vogel, and they didn't know. They loved the song and bought the song and had the album, but they didn't know we were singing about Paul Vogel.
Thank you so much for watching I Never Knew TV.
Please subscribe.